Hello. So, I haven't done a reading on here for a little while. I need to get somebody who project managed me. I'm going to find that soon. I'm having that soon. I'm getting that soon. Because I am very neurodivergent and I can't spin all the plates. So, anyway, God wanted me to do a reading this morning for the lightworkers. I was just cleansing my cards and he asked me to pull out the Angel Guidance cards. My Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. I don't know who this is by. And the Oracle Mystical Moments by Katrin Wellstein, whatever. And these are the cards that they want me to use today. So we're going to do them. We're going to do that today. And we're going to see what comes out. So where would you like us to start, Spirit, please? Oh, and this is a message for lightworkers. Don't know if I said that. Don't know if I said that, but I might have done. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start here. Okay, so let's get one of these, presumably. I think they want me to draw them all and then have a look at the message. So, well, did you see that? No. Let me try and move this down a little bit so then maybe you can see what's going on. There we are. Okay, so I just went to shuffle and these three cards just fell out. So I'm going to take those. There we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Nice and quick. Let's get some of these Rebecca Campbells. Rebecca Campbells! Very strange. You just realised why you probably didn't have any friends whilst you were a kid, because you're a fucking weirdo. But better to be a weirdo than a non-weirdo, I think. How many of these can we have, please, Spirit? Can I get a couple of these, or however many you want to give me? One. Oh, how funny! Did you guys see that? Because they were saying to me, tell me about the Lemuria. It was on the bottom of the pack. Hopefully you saw that in the recording. And look, it's just come out. I always see, they tell me to say things and I'm like, and then I don't. And then they're like, well, bitch, you missed your chance now because you could have shown everybody that you had a gift and instead you held your tongue. And now if people didn't see it on the bottom of the pack, then it didn't happen. That's a lot of cards, guys. I don't really want to take that many. I'm going to take the top one. Oh, God. Okay, they want me to take all of them. I don't know how many was it there. Okay, it was too many. I'm just taking that one and this one. Okay. Anything else? No, they just said. Okay, fine. Okay, let's have whatever you want me to have of these. Come out of the box, these little ones. La, 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 la. How are you all anyway? Are you all well? Leave in the comments how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you all. Makes me feel happy to talk to you all, because I am just a weirdo, and it's nice to talk to you guys because it's like, oh look, I have friends, even if they are on the other side of the world and only existing in my phone, but never mind. Okay, beautiful. Ah, look, it's the one that's on the box. When I lean on certainty and my faith, I change my mind about the world I see. God reminding me to say, you have got friends, Laura. I got loads of friends and they keep in contact with me all the time and they invite me to things all the time and I have a really happy, fulfilled social life. I just can't keep up with it. Best social tribe I've ever had. Okay, Spirit, how many of these would you like to give me? I don't normally use these. Okay, thank you. Anything else? Thank you. They're saying stop. Okay, let's see what the message is. Okay. Oh, it's quite pretty. Look at these. Blessing in disguise, Cupid. Time to go. Okay. Okay. So let's start with these ones. These ones came out first. Okay. So blessing in disguise. What appears to be a problem is actually part of the answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. Let's see if I can show you those. There we go. Cupid, we sent great waves of love. I got something in my eye. Okay, might be something to do with you. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. Okay, beautiful. Let's show you that one. There we go, a bit better. And time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues of your life. My phone is like blowing up. And it's same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset of your life and know that the sun will also rise tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Okay, so there's a lot of light workers at the moment who are going through a big transition stage. We've had a lot of tower moments. This feels like it could be a little bit less blurry. I do apologise, guys. Yeah, I mean, look, now we're seeing clearly. You've been seeing through a film of dirt because you have had to clear stuff, and it feels like now we're clearing the decks with the things that need to go. And actually I think for some of us, our tower moments have felt like they were, you know, things that were really bad and have left us kind of contemplating life of like, what the fuck is going on? Places where we thought we were going to be forever have dematerialized, and now we're walking into a new path. Like for myself at the moment, very, very strong. I'm about to move house in 10 days to go to a completely random place that I've never been before. So just surrender. But it is time for us to go. It's time for a lot of us to move away from the things that that don't serve us, that we're not supposed to be doing anymore. And part of that is surrendering, is recognizing that God has a plan for us. And if you trust in God, God knows the way. We don't need to keep kind of asking God, oh, where am I supposed to go? Oh, universe, God, whatever you want to call it, the Lord, whatever, source. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm talking about the same thing, okay? So don't get all upset about the word God in the comments. Not that any of you would, because you're all sensible people. But if you're new, hi, welcome. Please subscribe, put a like down the bottom. I'd really appreciate that, guys. It'll help my channel to grow. But yeah, a lot of us are moving away from things that don't serve us anymore, and we're moving towards a pathway that will lead us as the collective to the new earth, which is an earth that serves nature, serves the human spirit, and serves soul and source and God. Which obviously the paradigm that we're all living in, or we have been living in previously, isn't that. So it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to move forward to things that will actually serve us and will serve the collective and will serve spirit and God. And part of that is embracing unconditional love. And part of embracing unconditional love is learning to love yourself as you are. Full self-acceptance of the weird little individual that you are. I saw 717 on the timer there. Of the full individual, weird authenticness that you are. Because every time I show up, and I show up in my authenticity, I give you permission to show up in your authenticity. And something that I've recognized as I've stepped fully into my energy and embodying it in a non-fearful way. It's allowed me to heal a lot of my abandonment wounds, a lot of my rejection wounds, because, you know, I recognize that if somebody rejects me, it's nothing to do with me, really. It's that they're not on the same energy as me, and that's a good thing, because I don't really want to draw in people who are not on the same energetic vibration or that are not a match to me, because that's what I've been doing all my life, and it's really painful. So, you know, embracing self-love, embracing the love of you, embracing the love of everybody just as they are, and fully accepting people just as they are, with no desire to want to change them, and authentically letting people go when you recognize that they're not on the same vibration, and embracing people who are on your vibration, regardless of who they are and how they show up to the world. I think that's truly unconditional love, and I think that's a really beautiful place for us to move forward to. So, although now feels like a time of destruction for a lot of people, maybe this is your first kind of tower moment, and your world feels like it's collapsing on you. Please remember that this is being done to make you, not to break you. And even though you may feel like you're breaking at the moment, I promise you, if you just hold faith, that all things will come out clean in the wash. They will. Okay. Transformation. You are going through a transformation on a cellular level. Deep healing. Please get outside in the sun. Please drink your water. Please do some spiritual cleansing, salt baths. This is Florida water. You know, I cleanse my aura with that quite regularly. I've cleansed my cards with it. Use sage, use Palo Santo, incense sticks, whatever you've got. Instruct the smoke to cleanse you. I always do that and then I breathe it in. Fuck it, the lungs are clean now as well. Yeah. You know, at the moment we're having huge, I mean, look at this. This is like light codes coming in. Can you see that? Can you see that? Light codes coming in from the sun. We're having huge solar flares at the moment. We're having a DNA upgrade. We're having a cellular level up. This is happening. Get outside in the sun. Talk to Sky Daddy as much as you can. The sun, Sky Daddy. Spend time grounding with Mother Earth. earth mummy, and remember to connect yourself to those two energies. Keep your body as clean and fresh as possible. Make sure you're resting. Make sure you're cleansing in various ways. Make sure you're eating lots of fresh fruit and vegetables and lots of water. Starseed, what lights you up? At the moment, I'm recommending people to seek pleasure. If something doesn't feel good, stop doing it. Yesterday, I worked for a bit, then I had a headache, so I went upstairs to lie on the bed with my cat. Then I had a client, so I had to obviously see my client. And then after my client, I decided that the sun had come out, so I thought I'm going to go outside and lie in the sunshine. And I wanted to dance, so I danced in the sunshine, and then I felt like doing a bit of yoga, so then I did some yoga in the sunshine. Then I talked to my friend on WhatsApp in the sunshine, and then I read a little book, and then after that I was hungry, so then I went to go and get some food. And at the moment I'm just seeking pleasure. And pleasure for me at the moment is rest, is rejuvenation, is relaxing, is living a soft life. And I recognize that the more that I lean back into, relax back into my divine feminine nature, and I seek that soft life, the easier it is for me to manifest. The more in tune I am, the more intuitive I am, the happier I am. And I want to create a life of pleasure. So why on earth would I work hard to create a life of pleasure? Because from law of attraction, law of assumption, if I'm working hard to get something, I'm just going to have to continue working hard to keep it. So I'm going to relax myself into a life of pleasure. And it's working very well for me so far. And if you're a divine feminine, I really would recommend you do it, because part of the paradigm for the new earth, which in a minute I should read this to you, part of the paradigm for the new earth is not hustle, grind, capitalism, and that kind of culture. Part of it from New Earth is about manifesting from the immaterial to the material, becoming very magical, being able to create from our minds, not from brute force. And capitalism up till now is from brute force, and we don't want to be slaves anymore to the system. We want to change the system. And this card here, Lemuria, creating heaven on earth, it is happening, and it is happening. And if you're in the same vein as I am, the same energetic vein as I am on the world, you will know what I'm saying is truthful. If you're not on the same vein and none of the vine as well, the same vine, for we are the same fruit. If you're not on the same vein or vine, you won't recognize anything that I'm saying, and you'll think I'm completely fucking delusional. You're like, how the hell can you make money and run a business from lying in the sun all day? Well, I am. So I get paid to exist. And that's a beautiful understanding. God gives me everything that I need. I can lean out, and I still receive more than people who are leaning in, which is a really beautiful paradigm to live in. And I would recommend that you join me on my paradigm as fast as you can, because the new earth is being created, and you do not want to be left on the old earth, okay? Please don't be left there. So please, if you can shift your vibration and come up to match my energy, you will find that you will be able to live on the new earth too, which is a really beautiful place. And it is all about joy. Okay, joy and pleasure, because joy is the ultimate creator. These cards, man, flipping heck, Sky Daddy's on form today. Beautiful, beautiful. Just confirming the whole message for the light workers today, and obviously for myself and any of the star seeds and so forth. Okay, this one here, I think I've seen this one before, but this butterfly is beautiful. I surrender to a power greater than me, and this is what I was saying in the beginning. Recognize that God has got it. Your hands are too small to carry what God can. And the more you surrender to the pathway that God lays out to you, the easier your life becomes, because I don't actually have to do anything. I just have to follow what it tells me to do. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to do anything. I just do what God tells me to do. This morning, God told me to do something, so I'm going to do it. God told me to get my cards out, use these cards and do this reading, so I'm doing it. And I will follow God now until the day I die, because now I have had so much evidence in my life for Sky Daddy having my back, for Sky Daddy being there for me and giving me everything that I need, in such a manner that it's taken me this long to recognize how beautiful and caring and comforting and that it has really got my back. And if you are going through a tower moment and you already are feeling a little bit like, what the fuck is spirit doing to me? Just from somebody who's had probably one of the worst, I've had quite a lot of pain and suffering, and I had a pretty shitty childhood, lots of heartbreak, lots of loneliness, lots of misery, anxiety, worry, abuse. Do you know what I mean? I've had all of that. up until the age of about 23. Probably my life was a shit show. So trust me, I do know what it's like when your world is shit. When somebody says to you like, trust me, it's like being all done for you and God's got your back. It's like, get fucked. There is no God. Nobody's got my fucking back. And this stuff is trying to kill me. It's not trying to make me. But now I'm on the other side of it. I promise you that it is trying to make you. God is not trying to kill you. God is, if you're having a terrible life, it's because you've got a big mission. Okay, the worse your life is, the bigger your mission is, because you have to go through all the trials and tribulations to make you. Okay, the strongest, tallest trees grow in the blustiest of winds. Okay, look at this. This came out in reverse, but it's not. They wanted to show this like the roots of a tree coming down, and that the further the roots go down, the higher the branches grow, and you can't have strong roots that go down without the adversity. I talk about the Eden Project. So in the UK, we have a thing called the Eden Project, which is like this giant, what do you call them? Greenhouse, like a giant greenhouse, and they have like all plants and tropical things in there. And they would grow these trees, and the trees would grow a certain point, and then they just fall over. And they were like, what is going on? They've literally got the best, they've got perfect conditions for these trees. Water, heat, sunlight, all of these things. And the trees would grow up to a certain point, and then they just fall over, and they're like, we don't know what's going wrong. And what was going wrong is that because there was no adversity of the wind, okay, the trees were only growing their roots down so far. So after a point, when it got high, it would just fall over, okay? And this is what God is trying to avoid you doing. When you face the trials and tribulations that you need to go through to be able to help people to build the new earth, as what we're doing now, you need to be strong enough to withstand the pressure of that. And to do that, he had to blow on you. He had to push you to the maximum limit of yourself with hurricane level winds, so that you would burrow your roots down as far as you possibly can, so that you could bloom as much as you could on the top. And right now, you guys have done the root work. We've done the root work. The light workers have done the root work. If you're fearful that things are going to go wrong again, they're not. Because the roots are down as far as they need to go now, okay? We've done the root work. Now is our time to shine and to bloom. Because right now, we need to show everybody how beautiful life can be. And that includes blooming and showing everybody your beauty and your light. And what it means to be able to transmute all the trauma that you've been through. Because this is your gift. And all the suffering and pain that you went through that felt like this storm, this storm that you were going through that was dark and horrendous, and this little umbrella that was not keeping the snow off of you. In truth, you never needed to cower and sin, because God always kind of had his hand over you. But because you weren't aware of it, you missed it, and you thought you had to cower from the snow. But the truth of the matter is that you've always been blessed. You've always been protected, because you are a gift to the world, and God wants you to know that at any time in your life you can touch the sky. You can touch the sky, because God is always throwing his braid down to you. Okay, so light workers, unite. Please don't be frightened. Keep going. Please don't be sitting there worried about what the next thing is to go wrong. If you're having that feeling that something big is going to happen, something big is going to happen. But I promise you it's going to be a good thing. And any bad stuff that comes in now, you're going to deal with such finesse, because those roots are so strong and deep, because you've already dealt with so much, that the bad times aren't even the bad times anymore. I can't imagine anything now that would actually fuck me up. I mean, don't try it, guys, because I'm sure they could find something. But yeah, I don't think there's anything. I've lost one of my cats, and that was like absolute heartbreak for me. They're like my children. I've lost family members. I've lost friends. I've lost partners. I've been on my own. I've had addiction problems. I've had eating problems, like eating disorders. Self-harm. Like the list goes on. There's not really much that I haven't experienced or been through already. So going through it a second time is sure as hell not going to be going as painful as going through it the first time. And when I was a kid, So yeah, there's not really much now that worries me, and that's a really, really freeing place to be in. And I hope that if you're a light worker and you've been through as much as I've been through, you can also find faith and happiness and joy from the amount that you've been through, and recognize that you're stronger than this, that this too shall pass, whatever it is that you're going through, and that you survived the worst already. So there's nothing to fear but fear itself. I love you. Have a good day. Bye.